Hi there, it's Jodi. Welcome to episode 28 of Tuesday Tips. Today I'm going to show you how you can really take your card or project just a little bit of a step up by using clear embossing. So you can see on this card, I did some tone-on-tone stamping with this rose image onto the Fresh Freesia cardstock. By the way, this is Happiness Abounds. It is an amazing new stamp set. So many flower images, bigger, medium, and then these smaller detailed images, but then the greetings, several great versatile greetings. The font is beautiful. The designer paper that coordinates with this is out of this world. It's one of the best that Stampin' Up! Has ever done. The designs, the color combinations are just amazing. I loved this stuff so much. In fact, it's going to be my June free card kit in the mail. So stay tuned later in the week and I'm going to show you all of the details for that. So let's get back to this. So what I want to do first, I'm going to take this embossing buddy and just rub it over the front of the cardstock. It just helps get the static off of the paper so that you don't get random flecks of the embossing powder sticking where you don't want it. This is VersaMark ink. This is a very versatile ink. It does a tone-on-tone image, which I'm just going to stamp some of these so you can see how it just does tone-on-tone. So it just takes on the color, whatever color you stamp it on. Now, I certainly could just leave this for that layer, but what I'm going to do is take my clear embossing powder and just pour it right over. If I do this right away, that VersaMark ink is a little bit sticky. It dries relatively quickly, but for a little while, it's sticky, and I can pour the powder over it. I'm tapping to get any excess off, and I think you can see that there's a little bit of powder on there. It's not, I think you can see it like right over here on this one. So what I do after I pour that powder on, let me scoot this out of the way. I'm going to grab my heat tool and we're just going to melt the powder. So the key to embossing, heat embossing, is that as soon as it melts, you want to keep that heat moving. You don't want to leave it on there for too long because then it could potentially like scorch the cardstock, and instead of being a raised glossy layer, it would kind of be dull and flat. So I just keep that moving so that it all melts. And it doesn't take too long to do that. For those of you that are like, oh gosh, that embossing buddy, that's not in the catalog, or that nice little tray that you used that captured all the powder, that's not in the catalog. Well, surprise, our July to December, which many of you know is the holiday catalog, that catalog has both an embossing buddy and these awesome trays. We used to carry these. You see the Stampin' Up! Logo. We carried these years and years and years ago, and I'm so glad that they're coming back because I use them every time I emboss. So do you see this now? It's raised. Hopefully I'm moving it in the light so that you can see it's a glossy raised finish. So I can set that, and I'm going to do a card and do it behind it so you can see the difference. Sometimes you want just a subtle blend in the background, tone on tone, but sometimes you want to take it up a notch and do that clear embossing. It's just really pretty. It adds just a little bit of subtle texture and that glossy shine. So if you have not tried clear embossing, I encourage you to do it. It's a fun, simple technique that can really add a lot to your projects. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.